Hi, I'm Guider Natalie, and today we're going to go do a scavenger hunt. But not a regular scavenger hunt because that's kind of boring, and also because I think it's kind of impossible. Why do I think it's impossible? Well, Canada is such a huge country. What I might find in a scavenger hunt where I live could be totally different from what you can find where you live. For example, I was in Newfoundland a couple of summers ago and I saw the most amazing birds. They're called puffins. I loved them. I thought they were great. If you lived in Newfoundland, but here where I live, no, I can't find a puffin. Absolutely not. So, but you know what every province has? Every province has a provincial tree. Believe it or not. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of fun as well. Actually, that's not really true. There's one territory that doesn't have a provincial tree or a territorial tree, and that's Nunavut. But every other province and territory has a tree. And where I live in Ontario, the provincial tree is called the Eastern White Pine. This is not it. So let's go see if we can find an Eastern White Pine. They're really easy to spot because they have 5 needles. Their needles here are long, and there's 5 of them. This is not an Eastern White Pine. Come on, let's go for a walk and see what we can find. Is this a white pine tree? No, it's not. The needles are way too short. White pine needles are about this long, that long. This is not it. Let's keep looking. Yay, I found one. I found an Eastern White Pine, the provincial tree for Ontario. Come take a look. Each cluster of needles has 5 needles. And how do you spell white? W-H-I-T-E. 5 letters in white, 5 letters in 5 needles in a white pine cluster. And they're very soft and fluffy. Now, did you know that the white pine tree has a lot of historical meaning here in Ontario? It used to be the favored tree or the favored timber for sailing ships, for their masts. Also, lots of furniture is made from white pine, and also mama bears, also known as the sow. In cub season, they would push their little cubs up into the branches of the tree so they would be safe from predators, while the mama bear went off and hunted and then brought whatever back to her cubs. So this is kind of an important tree. Now, the scavenger hunt for today on your walk is for you to find out what your provincial tree is or what your territorial tree is and see if you can find it on a walk. This is the middle of a very suburban neighborhood, and yet I was able to find 3 white pine trees within 2, maybe 3 blocks of my house. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you can't find your provincial tree, maybe you could find your provincial flower, or you could find your provincial bird, or something like that. You figure it out, do a little bit of research, and see if you can find it today on your scavenger hunt, on your provincial scavenger hunt walk. I'm Guider Natalie. I'll see you soon.